Hello and welcome back to Movie Euphoria, a place where we talk about movies, TV shows, OTT shows, etc. etc. In today's episode, we speak about the newly released Hindi war film that premiered recently on Amazon Prime, and this is called Pippa. It's been rightly said that when a country goes to war, a million stories are created. Pippa brings out one such inspirational story to light. The story is set in 1971 during the time of an armed conflict between India and Pakistan that resulted in the India-Pakistan War of 1971. The conflict was sparked by the Bangladesh Liberation War, which was an unrest that started shortly after Pakistan gained independence, and there were two territories that were formed, the East Pakistan and the West Pakistan. Though East Pakistan had much more population than West Pakistan, the power remained with the West. East Pakistan was dominated by Bengalis, but still the government refused to accept Bengali as a state language of Pakistan in early years after partition. There was also economic disparity between the two parts, and the West Pakistanis always dominated the East Pakistanis. There was also a demeaning attitude towards Bengali culture and the Bengali population. All this soured the relation between the two parts of Pakistan. There was a general election conducted in Pakistan in 1970 for the first time after independence, and one of the East Pakistan leaders, known as Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, also known as Mujib, won the national elections, but West Pakistan parties refused to hand over the power to him. The tensions then grew further. The people of East Pakistan started revolting. Pakistan military then planned a military operation codenamed Operation Searchlight, where Bengalis gathered in Dhaka University for the protests were gunned down by the military. This was also named as the Bangladesh Genocide. All this led to further escalation of violence, as in response to the genocide, a guerrilla resistance movement was formed by the Bengali military, paramilitary and civilians. They were called the Mukti Bahini. They launched a mass guerrilla war against the Pakistan military. As conditions in East Pakistan deteriorated, many refugees, especially the elderly, women and children, fled into the Indian territory. That's when India officially entered the battle, along with the members of Mukti Bahini group, and together they helped Bangladesh achieve its independence. Now, Pippa is a real-life story of Captain Balram Singh Mehta, who fought this war and was a part of India's 45 Cavalry Regiment. A few years back, Captain Mehta wrote a book named The Burning Shackles, describing his experience of the war. This book has been adopted into the movie. In fact, Captain Mehta was also a part of the team that wrote the screenplay for the movie. An interesting question that comes to one's mind is, what is Pippa and why is the movie called so? In this war, for the first time, special Russian amphibian tanks were used called PT-76. What made them unique was that they could be used both in land and in water. In water, they floated like an empty pippa or a tin of ghee. So in India, they got their nickname as Pippa. These tanks play a central pivotal spot in the movie. While there are many movies that have covered infantry battles like Lakshya, Border, etc., there are few that have also covered Air Force battles like Gunjan Saxena. Pippa is one of that rare movies that covers an armoured regiment battle with tanks. The movie has been directed by Raja Krishna Menon, who earlier directed Akshay Kumar's Airlift. Moving to the narrative, it's simple and linear. There is no drama. The story has been told as it is. In fact, it has been kept as close to the reality as possible. We've read somewhere that one of the real PT-76 tanks have been used for the movie. Whether it is the dialogues, the battle, the storytelling, or even the fight, it's been kept very, very real. In short, there is nothing filmy about Pippa. Now, will this work with the audiences or not is highly debatable. I recall one of the scenes from the movie where Ishan Khattar and his brother have been separated and they finally meet in the war. It's been kept so real. I saw the scene and I said to myself, where's the drama? I immediately recalled the famous scene of two brothers meeting from the movie Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. The scene had so much of passion and intensity and love between the two brothers. I found the scene from Pippa very thanda in front of the one from Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. But then I thought, What if I were to meet my lost siblings in a real life scenario in a similar scene? I think we would react exactly like how they showed in Pippa. So maybe we are conditioned to thinking and reacting to movie scenes in a particular way. But again, will this plain Jane approach work with the audiences? Only time will tell. Because we do expect a certain drama to be knitted into the movies. Well, that's what differentiates them from documentaries. Moving quickly now to the acting, Ishan Khattar, Mrunal Thakur and Priyanshu Penuli play the lead roles in Pippa. While Mrunal and Priyanshu lend a very good support, Ishan Khattar is outstanding as a young officer in the movie. In spite of being a young actor, the kind of projects he's done show how versatile he is. Be it playing a young Nawab in Meera Nair's Suitable Boy who falls in love with an elderly woman played by Tabbu, or playing a drug dealer in Beyond the Clouds that won him his first Filmfare, or in Dhadak opposite Janvi that got him his first commercial success, to now playing a young officer in Pippa. We can say with certainty that Ishan Khattar is getting better with every role. The music of the movie has been given by A.R. Rahman. However, one of the songs did create a lot of controversy. This was Rahman's rendition of a popular Bengali protest song. Many audiences and Bengali groups, especially in Bangladesh, felt that it has distorted the symphony and essence of the original song that was composed by the revolutionary lyricist and poet Qazi Nazrul Islam, whose composition was considered second in popularity to only Rabindra Sangeet. Later, the makers of the movie sent an apology for the same. Another news that surrounded Pippa was that the movie was initially supposed to be released in December 2022. But then the production costs really went high and the movie was put on hold. By the time the movie was completed and the directors planned to release it, they obviously wanted to release it at a time that the maximum audiences see the movie. Well, in January, it was Pathaan that occupied most of the screens. By the time Pathaan went down, it was Karan Johar's Rocky Aur Rani Ki Prem Kahani, and then you had Shah Rukh Khan's Jawan again. Finally, in the month of November, when the makers decided to release Pippa in the theatres, the movie release was coinciding with Salman Khan's Tiger 3. And nobody wants to mess up with Bhai. Because when he is on the screen, the script doesn't matter, the story doesn't matter, the acting doesn't matter, the directing doesn't matter. All that matters is Bhai on the big screen and his million followers cheering for him. We even hear that there were some who were so happy that they were bursting crackers in a movie theatre. Well, safer to watch Pippa on Amazon Prime in the comfort of your lounge in your house. What say? We'll see you in the next one.